What do you do when you go to the plate? Is it simply that you're searching for?
Yeah, I'm knowing I got to stay on. I got to be able to hit the fastball, and I think when you have guys with the stuff that you see nowadays, it really gets into game planning. Of I can't try to handle it all. I got to try to handle something though. Either maybe I cut the plate in half. It could be the inner half. It could be the outer half. That could change from at bat to at bat. It could be looking up. It could be looking down. Whatever that is. I think it goes into game planning, and I think when you find guys with elite stuff that are really, really getting the ball where they want that day, you got to pick your spots, right? And they don't know what you're covering, so you have to. Your game planning is really important.
Sounds a lot like what you guys have been preaching here the last month or so. That's led to all the good results offensively.
It is. It's what we the group talked about probably a little over a month ago. And we've seen the results. Still doesn't make it easy, and you catch guys that are really good that night. Like, you've seen it early. He just threw the ball right by Scoreboard early.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
We like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel.
What? Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away.
She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepas with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
Everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
How about a look at some of the best bloopers from All-Star games past?
Watch the reaction of John Kruk. Heart is palpitating a bit.
Don't throw the ball away! Julio! Give me the ball!
It's hard to tell whom he frightens more, opposing batters or teammates.
He did it again!
And batter beware.
Take a look at Whitaker. That's a marking pencil. Pretty good one.
And Guerrero, there goes half the bat the other way, and it takes out Tommy Lasorda.
But these stars are better suited for shining plays.
Watch this one. Spectacular play.
Long throw, Frank Thomas. Terrific play.
Perfect teamwork.
Up and caught. Oh, what a catch by Hunter.
It is a home run. One of the biggest home runs that's ever been hit.
There it is. The first grand slam in All-Star history.
Man, you're gone.
Ozzie gets the force.
How about that?
Routing it, maybe a few more cutters and changeups. You don't know what it is, but as you go into the game, you deal with that lineup and that player in particular. How am I going to attack this guy? Where is his weaknesses? What can I expose?
All right. We appreciate the time, Don, and appreciate you always being on time for that fastball, right?
All right, Scott. Thanks.
Don Mattingly joining us here on the show. We'll take time out and have more for you coming up right after this.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. You know, some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Frontier is not only powerful and fun to drive, but it's durable too. We added the V6 engines. When you need that power in the off-road, it's there. I know, we've tested it a lot. Now get out there and find your frontier.
Nissan, Consumer Guide's most awarded brand 5 years in a row. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, Pathfinder, or Frontier, excluding S-Trim. Consumer Guide is a registered trademark, a publication international limited, www.consumerguide.com. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $16.67 per month per thousand financed. Frontier S-Trim 1.9% APR for 60 months at $17.48 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 9/30/26.
4 years and thriving. That's when Manco & Manco opened its first location off the Jersey Shore since its founding in 1956. Guess what, Phils fans? You have even more ways to enjoy the preferred pizza of the Phils. Manco & Manco, the first and last name in pizza, is still available at Ashburn Alley, Pass and Stowe, Miller Lite, Liberty Landing, and behind sections 323 and 137. But now there are locations at section 110, 210, and 2 spots on the Cadillac Hall of Fame Club. New season, same legendary pizza. Visit mancospizza.com.
In your community or in your home, Nemours Children's nationally recognized pediatric specialists are here to help your child achieve their best health. Throughout Southeast Pennsylvania, we're working hand in hand with families to make every child's world a place where they can thrive. Now open in Malvern. Find your child's neighborhood specialist at nemours.org/PA. Nemours Children's Health. Well beyond medicine.
Back here on Phillies on Deck, presented by the Scoreboard. Your injury report is brought to you by NovaCare Rehabilitation, the power of physical therapy. And Tanner Banks is going to start a rehab assignment in the Lehigh Valley for the Phils today. So that is the latest news on the Phils left-hander. All right, that's going to do it for us here. We say thanks to Lloyd Glazer, engineering in our booth, and Luke Nichols back in our studios. I'm Greg Murphy saying thanks for listening. Scott Bransky, Kevin Stocker back with the call of this afternoon's game.
Ellie De La Cruz, couple of hits, a double, a single, has scored twice. Crushed a towering blast down the right field line. Wow, he destroyed it. A monster moonshot by De La Cruz. That's one of the most gargantuan homers of the Reds' year.
Every bit of it and then some.
There's an undertone of boos, but there were audible gasps. I mean, that's a shot that stuns in batting practice, much less in a game.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Line to left. Here comes Ronan reaching down and making the play.
Lines it to Vinny. That ball was to Vinny's glove in a nanosecond.
Line drive into right field coming on Jones, and he makes the sliding grab. Nicely done by Spencer Jones. Ground ball right side. Diving stop by Alonso from his knees to Nunez at the bag to complete the out. The Polar Bear does it all. Into center field, and a dive there by Rafaela saves the day. A life raft from Cedar Rafaela. Long run, Walker still going. He's going to get there. Slides at the edge of the track and makes a terrific play. Liner into right field, closing, and that's going to be DeLuca making the grab.
Acuna charges, slides, and puts on a show.
Young back near the wall. Does he? Yes, he did. Jacob Young in his home state scales the wall and robs Heriberto Hernandez.
One more look at that ball that just barely reached the screen. Oh boy, security guard there. Oh yeah, right off the noggin.
He's all right.
Didn't flinch.
And Lofton was not expecting it, and certainly not expecting it to take the throw there.
2 outs.
He threw it in the stands. He threw the ball in the stands. He thought it was 3 outs. Wow.
That's a mistake that I promise you will not happen again from Cooper Ingle.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to what has become a gorgeous day for baseball here in the Pacific Northwest. Scott Fransky with you alongside Washingtonian Kevin Stocker and our engineer with us in the booth today, Lloyd Glazer, as the Phillies will send Jesus Luzardo to the mound. He's been one of the best on the road this season in the major leagues. He'll be matched up against Brian Wu, who's been one of the best at home this season in the majors. So, as they like to say, something's got to give today. The Phillies will run their regular lineup out there, try to avoid a sweep after a 4-1 loss last night to the Mariners, in which Aaron Nola pitched well, but no offensive support as the Phillies could get nothing going against right-hander George Kirby. Lineup card exchange underway right now at home plate. We'll get to that starting lineup in the first pitch of today's ballgame. It is game number 134 on the season, and we'll have it for you next here on the Phillies Radio Network.
Just like our Phillies, small business owners need a strong team behind them. Philadelphia Insurance Company's business owners policy is built to protect.
Swing and a miss. He pumped it by him. That fastball hit triple digits at 100 miles an hour.
Certainly is Gavin's game, no doubt. Let him go out there and let him go. He needs to have a good one.
2-strike pitch. And he's out looking. Second strikeout for Gavin Williams. You mentioned he's hunting Dylan Cease, the leaderboard in the American League in strikeouts. Only Cease and Jacob Misiorowski have more double-digit strikeout games than the big rig this year. Oh, he tried to spoil one and could not get the bat on it. And that's a half dozen Ks through 3 for the big rig. 3-0 Guardians. Swing and a miss. Oh, strikeout number 10. He had to earn it. But he gets it and keeps the Giants off the board and keeps the Guardians in front. His 200th strikeout of the season.
Kids 14 and under take home a squeeze bottle. Secure seats at Phillies.com.
Stay tuned for the start of the game coming up next. And brought to you by Lissio's Bakery, proud partner of the Philadelphia Phillies. Lissio's Bakery. It all starts with the bread. And Phillies baseball, well, that starts now.
The life of a Philly sports fan is a wild ride. Sometimes we triumph. Sometimes we trust.
You're out!
What never changes year after year is how we get to the game. Shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on SEPTA. Riding to and from the game is a breeze, and paying your fare has never been easier now that SEPTA accepts contactless payment. And don't forget, fans under 12 ride free with an adult. Plan your trip to the game at SEPTA.org.
Doors are closing.
It's baseball season, which means it's time to get outside and get some of that natural vitamin D. That's right, vitamin D, as in Delco. Hi, Ben Davis here for Visit Delco, encouraging you to get outside in Delaware County, where there are more than 30 different parks to visit and miles of trails to explore. As a Delco native, I'm inviting you to enjoy Delco like me and my family do. Festivals, gardens, outdoor concerts, world-class golf. It's all here in Delco. Plan your trip today at visitdelco.com. That's visitdelco.com. They say Delco's a lot, and they're right.
Today's starting lineups are brought to you by Xfinity. Get reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. For the Phillies, Kyle Schwarber will lead things off. He's going to be the designated hitter. Trey Turner bats second at shortstop. Hitting third, the right fielder is Bryce Harper. And Luis Ariz in the cleanup spot. He'll be at second base. Alec Boehm at first base, bats fifth. Bryson Stott again at third. He'll bat sixth. Batting seventh in left, Brandon Marsh. JT Realmuto back into the starting lineup as the catcher. He will bat eighth, and batting ninth in center field, it's the rookie Justin Crawford. So again for the Phillies, it's Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Ariz, Boehm, Stott, Marsh, Realmuto, and Crawford on the mound today for the Phillies, making his 27th start of the year. It's veteran lefty Jesus Luzardo. Here's the lineup that he will face for the Seattle Mariners, and manager Dan Wilson It'll be Taylor Ward leading things off. He's going to play right field. Randy Arozarena drops to the 2 spot of the lineup. He'll play left. Hitting third, the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. And Cal Raleigh will DH and bat in the cleanup spot here this afternoon. Patrick Wisdom, the former Cub, at first base. He'll bat 5th. Batting 6th, the shortstop, Justin's second cousin, J.P. Crawford. He'll bat 6th. Batting 7th, the former Philly, Weston Wilson. He'll be at third base. Batting 8th and doing the catching, it's Johnny Pareda. And Brock Rodden is the shortstop. He'll bat 9th. So one more time for the Mariners. It's Ward, Arozarena, Rodriguez, Raleigh, Wisdom, Crawford, Wilson, Pareda, and Rodden. And on the mound today, the guy who has been one of baseball's toughest to beat here at home, Brian Wu, makes his 25th start overall on the season.
Well, your SEPTA starting pitcher scouting report. Brian Wu, you aren't kidding, here at home in his 10 starts here, 1.96 ERA. With 69 strikeouts. He's been very tough. Now, this is the 25th start of the year, 95th of his career. He's got 6 pitches in the tank. Now, the 4-seam and sinker, which is his hard stuff, he attacks hitters early and often, and those are typically making up about 70 to 75% of what he throws. Really throws a lot of fastballs. The slider, sweeper, and changeup, very solid secondaries. He will hug the zone, so he's very competitive around the zone. Makes those hitters really wrestle with anything on the edges as well as at the top of the zone. And to be honest with you, just like last night's starter George Kirby, he just doesn't walk anybody. He just lives in the zone. This is brought to you by SEPTA. SEPTA brings us all together.
Phillies have faced some similar pitchers this week. Guys who throw hard, throw fastballs, rely on that. The Phillies need to get their offense back and going again. It's been stymied here by some pretty good starting pitching the last couple of nights.
Yeah, the Mariners are really built around the starting staff. Wu, of course, is just kind of back from a shoulder soreness issue. He says he's 100%. Now, getting into those keys to the game, to your point, offensively, have to be on the fastball. Yesterday, Kirby was running up pretty hot. The guys were a little late, and it's very similar to Brian Wu. He throws a good fastball, good extension. And the other part of this, I mean, come on, man. I think the Phils have to have a real good understanding of where Cal Raleigh is hitting in the lineup. If you have an opportunity, don't let him beat you. This is brought to you by James Hardy. Hardy Siding is America's #1 brand of siding.
Well, some morning cloudiness has given way to a pretty nice afternoon right now here in Seattle. Skies are clearing, a few puffy clouds about, but they're seemingly moving out, and we got abundant sunshine over the playing field here with the roof retracted and open at T-Mobile Park. And Brian Wu ready to get us underway. The right-hander's first pitch of the day is on the way, and it is a called strike. And we're going to have a challenge on the very first pitch of the game by Kyle Schwarber, brought to you by Gusto. Hire, pay, and grow your team with Gusto. And that is a ball.
Only has 2 remaining.
So a quick challenge by Schwarber on the plate umpire Chad Fairchild. 69 degrees as we get underway. The lights are on here as the 1-0 pitch on the way, and Schwarber takes that one for a strike. No challenge this time. It's 1-1. 98. Fastball at the top rail, as you like to say, of the strike zone, the top bar, and George Kirby was making a living there last night. Wu with the windup and the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Schwarber comes into the game 0 for 7 in this series with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Oh, and by the way, underway right on time at 1:12 Pacific.
Thanks, man.
In case you're keeping track, here's the 1-2. Swung on, popped foul, so go out of play. Phillies at the top of the order. Between Schwarber and Turner, they are a combined 0 for 15 in this series. So while Bryce Harper comes in with a 28 game on base streak, he's generally batting with the bases clear, it seems as though. Here's the windup in the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, lined hard, right center field up the alley, and that ball is going to one-hop the fence and go over the fence for a ground rule double. And there is Schwarber's first hit of the series. It's his 16th double of the year, and a good way to start this afternoon.
Nice piece of hitting there. Now, that's one thing with Brian Wu is he throws a lot of fastballs. I talked about that. The slider, which is what Kyle hit, it's a really good pitch. It's solid. You don't get a lot of hits, but he can, out of all the pitches, That's the one that he will leave up, especially with 2 strikes. Just like that, you got to be ready to explode on it.
Trey Turner, as we just mentioned, hitless in the series. He's 0 for 8 with 3 strikeouts. 4 for his last 29 at the plate. Over the last 7 games, the pitch, swing and a miss. He was late on that fastball. Turner has really hit the skids after a pretty good run there for a bit, but his average down to 241 again. Wu out of the stretch, sets up first base side, hands tight to his belt, and the 0-1. And it's swung on, fouled back, up into our right, out of play.
Now somebody make a play down there. It's right in 2 people's hands, and they boxed it.
Turner quickly down in the count at 0-2. A look back at second, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Fastball about 12 inches up above the strike zone.
I think the first couple of swings he was trying to, believe it or not, go the other way, just trying to move the runner. He's buried right now, so he's trying to figure out a way, how can I help this team? And even there he couldn't get the job done, but the effort was there.
Now Bryce Harper, who enters today's game with a 28 game on base streak, the longest of his career. And the pitch to Harper, swung on, fouled away to the left side, out of play. It's Wisdom at first, Rodden at second. J.P. Crawford creeping in behind Schwarber near the bag at second base. He's the shortstop today, and Weston Wilson back in the starting lineup. He's at third for the Mariners. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, hit well, left center field and deep. Rodriguez going back to the track, at the wall. He jumps, it's gone, it's out of his reach. And it's an opposite field 2-run home run for Bryce Harper. And the Phillies strike first. It's 2-0 here in Seattle. Number 27 on the year for Harper. And the club needed that for sure, and it's a good way to start here this afternoon. Tailing away from Harper, he takes the pitch the other way. He's got a 29 game on base streak, and he's got a long home run to left center. Here's Luis Arise. And the pitch to Arise, swung on, grounded sharply, but right at J.P. Crawford. The shortstop makes the play. And there's out number 2. Here's Alec Bohm, 245 hitter. In the outfield, Rosarino, Rodriguez, and Ward. Julio Rodriguez trying to time the jump, but out of his reach, just to the right of the 376 marker in left center. And into the Mariner bullpen. The pitch. Bohm takes a strike. Alec 0 for 6 in the series with a couple of walks and a run batted in. Wu ready with the pitch, and it's swung on, fouled away.
Good, nice swing by Bryce Harper too. Now that was a fastball at that top rail and up. And after seeing in the month of August, getting all the walks, seeing so many pitches, I think has really helped Bryce. So now all of a sudden he can get on top of that high fastball. I mean, that was such a great swing.
0-2, the pitch to Bohm, swing and a miss. A breaking ball got him. Couple of strikeouts in the first, but the Phillies strike first against Brian Wu. 2 runs, 2 hits, including the homer by Harper, will go to the bottom of the first. It's the Phillies 2 and the Mariners coming up.
You can feel the excitement of Phillies baseball at Citizens Bank Park. The energy on the field, the passion in the stands, and the heartbeat of it.
Getting traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from, and this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013 postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
Contreras is chewing on the tape.
Yeah, why use a pocket when you could just eat it?
Who knew? Who knew boys of summer need a cup of hot soup bone broth? MIT, is that you?
That looks like the catcher's play all the way.
So Manny was going to make a double play, and in the way was the runner, Arias.
I think it went off his glove and over the wall, and it's a home run for Torrens, who was not sure. That was bizarre.
Taylor Ward as Jesus Luzardo heads to the mound with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Luzardo back quickly with the 0-1, and Ward takes. There's a fastball up and in. Ward in the leadoff spot for this one today. Right-handed batter, but not much success against Luzardo in his career. The 1-1 swung on, fouled away. He's 1 for 9 with 7 strikeouts against Jesus.
Good day to lead him off.
Seems counterintuitive, but who knows? Maybe it'll work for the Mariners. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's grounded foul weakly on the third base side. Ward, ex-Oriole, 32 years of age, 7 home runs on the season, a year after he hit 36. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that's up and away. No home runs his last 28 games. Will be followed by Randy Arozarena and Julio Rodriguez. Here's the windup, and the 2-2 pitch swung on, popped up left side of the infield. Stott comes in fighting the sun a little bit. He'll make the catch on the infield grass near the foul line. There's out number 1. Ball not carrying that way.
Well, not when you hit it there, Scott. Although the sun is definitely going to be a factor, and Bryson fought that sun there, and then as soon as he caught it, he had to look down and give his eyes a break. So the left side of the infield will have their work cut out for him.
Brings up Arozarena, and he takes the first pitch in for a strike. Well, Luzardo, we've talked about it. We did so in the open. Those great road numbers for Jesus, a 1.95 ERA away from home. Here's the windup and the 0-1. And it's swung on, bounced back to Jesus. He'll glove it about cap high, flips underhand to first, 2 down.
Let me hit that SEPTA starting pitcher scouting report. 11-5, 3.35 sweeper, 4-seam changeup and sink. Last start he topped out at 99 miles an hour. The velo was there. Now he's a power pitcher, but he's going to use that power to set up that signature sweeper. The batting average against it is 125. This is brought to you by SEPTA. SEPTA brings us all together.
Here's Julio Rodriguez. And the first pitch to Rodriguez. That is right there for a called strike. Luzardo, 28 years of age. And some great numbers, as Murph pointed out on the pregame show, when following a Phillies loss. Here's a swing and a miss. And unfortunately, he's had to go to the mound quite a bit following a Phillies loss. But he's been kind of a streak stopper, and the Phillies need that today. Here's the windup and the 0-2 pitch on the way, and that's hit well. Right field and deep. Harper is back at the wall. He jumps and he caught it. Rodriguez couldn't catch Harper's drive, but Bryce hauls that one in. That's the final out here in the bottom of the first. Harper not even a look at Rodriguez as he jogs by him on his way back to the third base dugout. At the top of the wall, perhaps robbing a home run at the 8-foot-high wall and straightaway right. We'll go to the second. It's 2-0 Phillies.
Hey, it's John Crook.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
One down in the sixth. That brings up Vinny Pasquantino. Pasquantino pummels it deep right field. That ball's gone over the Royals bullpen into the seats. A blast from Vinny Pasquantino. His first home run since returning from the injured list. That power is a sight for sore eyes.
Vinny Pasquantino deposits it into the right field bleachers beyond the bullpen.
His first home run since June 3rd. That had to feel incredible.
105. Grab tickets now at Phillies.com. First pitch here, the second inning to Bryson Stott. It's fouled out of play to the left side. It's 2-0. Phillies in front. And Bryce Harper kind of stealing the show here in the first inning, both offensively and defensively.
Love it. Love it.
Brian Wu back to work. Here's the windup and the pitch to Stott. And that's in there for a called strike. Stott hitting .259 on the season. 2 for 8 in this series, but 3 hits his last 23 at bats total. Still working with that guard on his right foot. He fouled the ball off the other day. 0-2, and the righty's pitch. Swung on, fouled away.
Yeah, Bryson had that, I think it was a 10-game hit streak, right? And then he followed it up with an 0 for over 4 games. It's a little bit tough. He's got to get through it.
Oh, 0-2 the count. The pitch. Breaking ball, sliced the other way. That's a fair ball just inside the line. Hits the side wall. Picking it up, Rosarena. His throw to second. Stott sliding in. The throw is offline. It'll be a double for Bryson Stott as the Phillies start the second inning the same way they did the first, with a leadoff double. 26th of the season for Stott, who did not hit it real hard, but certainly in the right place.
Well, the best part about the hit is him running. To see him running, no problem with the foot, full speed. Love it.
So, man in scoring position here for Brandon Marsh. Marsh 1 for 8 in this series here in Seattle. Wilson, even with the bag at third base, 15 feet off the line. A look back at second by Wu. Another check of the runner, and now the pitch. Marsh takes. That's a breaking ball that misses down and away. Brian Wu, who's a 6th round pick in 2021 out of Cal Poly, 26 years of age. The pitch swung on, fouled away. Was an all-star last year, selected for the first time in the American League. He was 15-7 last year in 30 starts, had a 2.94 ERA, so that ERA quite a bit higher this year. 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. His last time out, you have to go back to the 16th of August at Houston. Went 6 innings, allowed 2 runs on 3 hits. 1-2. The pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Stays with another fastball there, and Marsh just gets a piece of it.
To be honest with you, his best pitch might be the changeup. It is a really good dives down and away to lefties, but he only throws it 6% of the time. I haven't figured out why he doesn't want to go to that more.
The 1-2 again, and that one is down and in. There's a breaking ball. He's got plenty of offerings.
Yeah, he's got a few.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-0 Phils the pitch. And that's up high. The count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. His numbers here at home just ridiculously good. 10 starts, a 7-0 record, a 1.96 ERA, 64 1/3 innings with 69 Ks to 11 walks. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the payoff. It's high. It's ball 4. Good AB there for Marsh.
Well, on the mound today, the Royals. Randy Dobnak, 2-1 versus the Blue Jays' Spencer Miles. He's 5-2. The Royals are seeking their 10th win in a row. They're trying to join the Cubs and the Red Sox as the only teams this year to have double-digit win streaks on the year. This is brought to you by Meineke. Brakes, tires, batteries, and complete auto care by trusted experts. That's your locally owned and operated Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
Going to get an early visit from Pete Woodford. Woodworth, the pitching coach of the Mariners, going out to have a chat with Brian Wu. There was some question they had pushed Wu's start back a little bit. You mentioned that. They currently have 6 starters on their active roster since calling up the kid, Cade Anderson, the top overall pitching prospect in baseball over the weekend.
Boy, a pitching coach here is pretty spry, isn't he? Running on his toes. We saw Ben Davis before the game running a little bit to try to talk to their manager, Dan Wilson, and he shut it down very fast. I would not use spry anymore. I've now seen a giant run.
Did you feel the earth shake?
A little bit.
Here's JT Realmuto, homered here on Monday night in the pitch. And that one is a called strike. Stott was getting a huge break off of second. The second baseman, Brock Rodden, trying to sneak in behind Stott, keep him close. JT had last night off. 2-0 Phillies lead it. 2 on, nobody out. And a pickoff play at second. Stott is back. The stretch by Brian Wu. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled away. Now the Phillies got some hits early last night against George Kirby, but couldn't do any more damage than just the one early run. And get the sense maybe it's a spot here where you get a pitcher who's hasn't been on the mound in a little while, is dealing with some different issues. Get after him early. The pitch swung on, popped up, foul, out of play again. And you don't want to let these chances go by.
You know, Scott, as I'm looking down at Peretta, the catcher, he keeps looking into the dugout. I think the Mariners are calling their pitches from the dugout.
The pitch to JT, a swing and a miss, high fastball. And there's out number 1, a big one for Brian Wu. Now he's got the double play possibility of getting out of this. That's his 3rd strikeout. Now to bring up Justin Crawford. Crawford 1 for 6 in the series. A little bit of room on the left side, and again the runner starts to break and stops, and the pitch is inside. It's an open throw here for the catcher down to third base with the left-handed hitter at the plate. Wilson just behind the bag and 15 feet off the line at third. Here's the pitch, and it's taken for a strike call. Justin Crawford had an RBI single early in last night's ball game, and it turned out to be the only run of the day for the Phillies. A stretch, and the righty deals, and the pitch is up high. A little bit of a slide step there by Wu.
Both of these pitchers are very similar when they come set. They come set with the front foot open a little bit. Luzardo does the same thing from the left side.
2 balls, 1 strike. The righty is set and deals. And the pitch is taken. That's a called strike. Or was it? No, it's going to be challenged. And I think that's a strike. And it is.
Pitching strike. Seattle has 2 remaining.
About half the ball in the ABS zone. So Seattle still with their 2 challenges. Crawford waiting on a 2-2 pitch. The stretch. And the pitch home. Swung on, fouled away. Also a number you may have heard on the pregame show. Over his last 60 games, Crawford hitting .313 with a .347 on base percentage. Pretty good numbers for a kid in his rookie season. You like to see that getting better over time. 2-2 again, and it's fouled back again.
Yeah, he's improved pretty much every month a little bit. I was looking up today too. Now he's hit kind of all over the bottom of the lineup, but out of the 9 spot, he's hitting right at .270 batting average wise. And the more he can do this, where he can extend that bats in 2-2 counts, battle, you know, get the pitcher's pitch count up, terrific.
2-2. Here's the pitch again, and it's taken down low. It went off speed, and he lays off it.
He was here talking to Ichiro on the first day, and some people asked him what was the conversation like. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm going to keep that between me and Mr. Ichiro."
3-2. He's run it full, and the right-hander's payoff. Swung on, fouled away again.
No one ever calls him Suzuki. It's just
No,
Ichiro.
Each, yeah.
Each. That was it. Yeah, each.
Well, the at-bat lengthening now for Justin Crawford. That was pitch number 8. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 on and 1 out. The pitch swung on, ground ball through the right side, of base hit. Stott coming around third. They're going to wave him to the plate. There'll be no throw home, and it's an RBI single for Justin Crawford as the rookie with a terrific at-bat to make it 3-0 Phillies.
Nice job by Justin. Now, one of the big adjustments he's made, and we've talked about it a lot, he gets into that no stride approach. He's adopted it. And then he gets into a 2-strike approach. He really gets down into his legs, almost like a squat. I love it.
Well, 3 runs across here early against the Mariners starter. And with 1 out and 2 on, Kyle Schwarber is coming to the plate. Marsh stopping at second on the throw in by Ward. And now Kyle Schwarber. And the pitch, breaking ball, stays a little bit high. 1-0 the count. Schwarber doubled into the gap in right center his first time up. Wu comes set. And is 1-0. Swung on, popped up, foul. This will go into the seats behind the Phillies' third base dugout. It's about 10 rows up. Folks looking up into the sky, they're all getting blinded looking for the flight of that ball. A couple of them down there just did the duck and cover maneuver.
It's probably the smartest thing to do.
It's 1-1 to Schwarber. Harper up at 77 runs batted in. He's back to within 1 of the club lead, which is held by Kyle. One ball, 1 strike. A check of second. And the pitch. Down and in. Breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike. Getting to be a really long inning now for Brian Wu. 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout.
And now the 2-1 to Schwarber. And he fouls it off his foot down at the plate. Bounces straight up in the air to him. He'll make the play himself. Toss it over to the bat boy on the first base side. So the count is now 2-2.
Yeah, Wu was one of those pitchers in high school. No one really knew much about him. He didn't get much attention, so he went and played somewhere in the summer up in Alaska. All of a sudden, a few little scouts noticed him up there.
2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit deep, right field on its way. That ball is gone. A mammoth 3-run home run for Kyle Schwarber, number 40 on the season. He leads the major leagues, and he has put the Phillies up 6-0 here in the second inning. What a drive by Kyle Schwarber. And the Phillies taking it to Bryan Woo here this afternoon.
Boy, that ball was belt high. Kyle fought off some good pitches to get that one, and the balance, again, some of the best balance you'll see on a swing, especially from a power hitter.
Here's Trey Turner with the bases clear, and the pitch is way inside, almost hit him. 425 feet off the bat of Kyle Schwarber. Here's the 1-0, and Turner swings and fouls it back.
So I was digging into Schwarber a little bit on the fly ball situation. So he actually leads baseball right now in 23% of his fly balls. So if you think about the number here, when he hits a fly ball, 23% of them are a home run. That's almost 1 of every 4.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball.
That is remarkable to me.
Really remarkable.
Yeah.
One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the windup by Woo and the pitch, and it's down and away. So both of the Phillies' big guns with a long ball today. First, it was Harper, his 390th career homer, and now Schwarber, his 380th career home run. 2-2 on Turner, and the pitch swung on, popped up, foul. This will go into the seats. Bryan Woo this year at home had given up 14 earned runs in 64 1/3. He's given up 6 earned runs in an inning and a third today. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. And Turner down on strikes for the second time.
Put on your red bow and join us for fun and friendship at Citizens Bank Park for Hello Kitty Night on Tuesday, September 8th at 6:40 p.m. when the Phillies host the Houston Astros in the first. 4,000 fans to purchase tickets through the Theme Nights page will receive an exclusive Hello Kitty hat. Purchase tickets today at Phillies.com/Theme Nights.
Here is Bryce Harper, who started the scoring with a 2-run home run his first time up. The pitch he takes, and it's down low. Take all the ballparks in Major League Baseball in which he's had a minimum of 30 at-bats. This has been his most successful ballpark. He has a 1482 OPS. Pitch is down low. That's after his first inning homer. He's 21 for 42 with 3 doubles and 5 homers. Lifetime at T-Mobile Park. .20 pitch, and that's down low. Wants nothing to do with Harper here, I think. Yeah, second on that list for Harper, and this is again all ballparks in which he's had at least 30 at-bats. Tropicana Field, 1105 OPS, and Coors Field is third on that list with a 1036. Here's the 3-0, and Harper takes a look at a strike.
I would think Coors would be on a lot of people's lists.
Probably so. He's had a lot more at-bats at Coors as well. 168 lifetime at-bats at Coors Field. 3 balls and a strike to Harper. And the righty's pitch. Swing and a foul tip. His lifetime OPS at Citizens Bank Park, with closing in on 2,000 at bats, is .977. Not too shabby.
Nope.
Harper just shaking out his right hand after that swing there when he stepped out of the box after that foul tip. Right-hander into his windup and the 3-2 pitch. Harper swings, hits a little bloop into left, coming on to Rosarena. He'll make the catch. Side is retired, but a big inning for the Phils. They score 4 times, capped off by the 40th home run of the season for Kyle Schwarber. Nobody left in the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It is 6-0 Phillies.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at the same price for $5?
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Jammed and a little pop-up. Everybody's coming, but the pitcher wants it. Now he's going to give way.
What's he doing?
It's going to be dropped.
Keystone Cops on the infield for the Rockies.
Isbell's got to beat him. Battling the sun. He bobbles and recovers. That's a highlight tape and a heck of a catch.
That went straight lawn dart. It's in the ground. On guard. That's it.
She comes off that stool down there and makes a nice catch. A hot line drive.
And Vlad is applauding.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Awareness Day on Sunday, September 6th at 1:10 when the Phils play the Braves and kids 14 and under receive a rope hat. Get tickets now at Phillies.com. Well, what a start for the Phillies. 6 runs against Brian Wu in the first 2 innings. And the first pitch to Cal Raleigh is a strike called on the outside corner. Luzardo had an 11-pitch first inning. Brian Wu has thrown 55 pitches in 2 innings. Here's the windup in the 0-1. Check swing, and Raleigh went around. It's 0-2. Luzardo comes out firing with a big lead and gets back to work here against the suddenly red-hot Cal Raleigh. 4 for 5 with 4 homers and 3 walks in this series. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he goes down on 3 pitches. Here from Luzardo. That'll bring up Patrick Wisdom. All 4 of the hits for Raleigh in the series are homers. Patrick Wisdom, his first appearance in the series. 5 for 41 in the big leagues this year, takes a called strike. Last 10 games, 3 hits and 26 at bats. He's the 0-1, and it's fouled away. Spent a lot of time talking with his old Cubs buddy Kyle Schwarber yesterday. Patrick Wisdom. Luzardo holds a glove up in front of his chin, long sleeves underneath the gray uniform top. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Check swing. It's down and in. The 1-2, and that's down and in, and I think got a piece of the plate umpire. That's Chad Fairchild back there today. Bill Miller, the crew chief at first. Chad Whitson is at second, and Brian Walsh over at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Breaking ball buckled him. And it's in for a strike. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Phillies games are more fun with family. Bring yours on Saturday, September 5th for Giant Family Day, when the Phils host the Braves at 6:05 p.m. and kids 14 and under receive an ice cream-themed squeeze bottle. Visit Phillies.com to purchase tickets today.
Here's J.P. Crawford, and the pitch to Crawford is down and away for ball one. Crawford, the lone lefty who remains in the lineup today against Jesus Luzardo. Left-handers hitting just 149 against him. The pitch. And that is pretty close, but it's a little bit tight. 2-0. JT held it there a moment. Here's the windup and the 2-0. And that one's in there for a strike. The lefty's OPS against Luzardo this year is 379. The pitch. It's outside. And if you're a club that has the ability to run all righties at him, that's pretty much what they're doing these days.
Yes.
There's no reason to send a lefty out there unless they're the best of the best, I guess. 3-1 and a swing and a miss. Big cut by Crawford. Just got activated yesterday.
Luzardo right now is in some kind of rhythm. JP's taking his time out. He's trying to slow him down, but when Jesus gets like this, he just rocks and fires, man.
3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he strikes out the side. How about that for a shutdown inning? 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners, all down on strikes. And we'll head to the third. It's 6-0 Phillies.
Looking to spruce up your kitchen with new appliances? D&K Appliances. Family owned and operated.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
To be in the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
Weekend at Citizens Bank Park is the place to be when the Phils host the Braves on Friday, September 4th through Monday, September 7th. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
Cheer on the Phils at CBP when they host the Astros for a 3-game series. Tuesday, September 8th, Wednesday, September 9th, both at 6:40, and Thursday, September 10th at 1:05 p.m. Packed with can't-miss promotions and theme nights. Grab your tickets today at Phillies.com.
Luis Ariz will start it off against the righty Brian Wu. Goes back out for the third inning. First pitch from him is a called strike. It's 0-1. 6-0. Phillies lead it. Oh, 1 down low. The rail yard nearby.
Yep. Right beyond the stadium. It's loud.
Certainly is.
Yesterday they had trains going by. They had a low-flying helicopter from one of the bases that's around here.
Here's the 1-1. And Ariz takes up and away.
You guys left after the game last night. Greg and I.
As we often do.
You do. Yeah, you were gone. Catching that bus. But they closed the roof here. Which is always a treat to see because it's more like an umbrella.
The pitch. Ariz swings, pops it up. Third base side, foul territory. Wilson is over and under it. He'll make the catch. There's one away. Yeah, it doesn't totally enclose the stadium. It just hovers over the top, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if there is rain and they get this thing closed, there is still, I believe, one spot out high in left field that if it's blowing a little bit with rain, some of the fans can get you.
Not on the field itself,
Correct.
but the fans in the stands.
That's right.
Here's Alec Boehm with one down. The pitch. He swings and fouls it straight back. Now they say, I've always had it in my notes, they say the roof can retract or cover in 10 to 20 minutes. Does it seem like it was that quick?
Yeah, I think that was about right. Yep. Just roll on or roll off.
The 0-1 pitch. And a breaking ball is in for a strike to Boehm.
Now, in regards to that train out there that runs, you got to be somewhat careful. Over the years, now this park is older than you think, but there have been some accidents out there. People after the game trying to beat the train.
Oof.
If you want to keep a leg, don't beat the train. Yeah.
0-2 pitch. And it's a breaking ball. That just missed down and away. And Boehm laying off. Runs the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nope, that's why they have a pedestrian bridge over the trains.
Correct.
1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Boehm again in the lineup, stays in the lineup, nursing that groin, hamstring area that's been bothering him since the weekend. He's played through it, played in every game in the series, but remains hitless, 0 for 7 at the plate. 6-0 here, Phillies in front. And the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Phillies will have an off day tomorrow after this one concludes. They will get on a plane, not a train, and head to on Friday night. The 1-2 again, breaking ball, and he fouls it away. Phillies start today 4.5 back of the Braves. They're 2 up on San Diego still for the second wild card spot. San Diego in action this afternoon. They've got a 1-0 lead over the Pirates in the 4th inning at Petco. Boehm still battling here. The 1-2 pitch again. And a swing and a miss. He finally got him. That's strikeout number 5 for the right-hander.
Only going to get so many fastballs to hit. He kept fouling them back, and eventually he's going to catch up to it. He's got good run on that fastball.
So that'll bring up Bryson Stott, who started that 4-run second inning with a double sliced down the left field line. Wu into the windup and the pitch. Swung on, ground ball right at second. Down on a knee. It'll be fielded by Rodden. He'll throw to first. And there is a 1-2-3 inning for Brian Wu, his first of the day. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd here in Seattle. It's 6-0 Phillies.
Hey, Phillies fans, Tom McCarthy.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
What's the matter with Johnson? Got a toothache or something. Wait a minute, he lost a tooth. He lost a tooth. The legend of Randy Johnson.
He throws so hard that his teeth out.
Oh, that hurts, doesn't it? Well, quit doing it then. He picked something off the ground.
Yeah.
I think a tooth fell out. Put it under your pillow at the Sheridan tonight.
Local Chevy dealers are making a big difference in the lives of youth baseball players and their communities through the Chevy Youth Baseball Program. The Phillies salute Reedman Toll Chevrolet of Springfield for their support of the Clifton Heights Police Athletic League.
Go ahead.
We go to the bottom of the third inning. Phillies have a 6-0 lead, and their former teammate Weston Wilson leading off here for the Mariners. Luzardo's first pitch on the way, hits sharply, diving Stott. He's got it, gets up, throws over to first, and it's in time. And Weston Wilson wonders, what do they have against me? There's one away.
I bet he's thinking to himself, why is Stott over there now?
You know, he said, it looked like Zach was kind of taking his anger out on Weston the other day. It was Zach was having all kinds of command issues, and then Weston came up there and he was just dotting on the outside corner to him. And here's Stott making a diving play over there on him for out number one is Johnny Pareda. Boy, Stott has been so good over there. He did commit an error in his last time out there behind Luzardo, the 1-0, and it's in there for a strike. It was originally called a hit. A couple of days ago got changed to an error, and so 2 earned runs became unearned runs for Luzardo. The pitch, swinging a foul. Let's pause for station identification here on the Phil's Radio Network. Pareda tried to check his swing, did so on a sweeper down and in. And that evens the count 2-2 here. It's 6-0 in favor of the Phillies. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Here's the windup of the pitch. Breaking ball, and it just missed outside, and so the count is now full. Oof. I thought that happened. They just showed a replay. Christian Bermudez took one off the sunglasses there, that foul ball. 3-2. And that's down low, ball 4. The trainer needs a trainer.
Well, they've got a few of them down there. The trainer who trains needs a trainer.
That'll bring up Brock Rodden. Yeah, he was leaning to get out of the way of it, and the ball deflected off the vertical bar that holds up the railing in front of the dugout as the first pitch bunt attempt, and Rodden takes a strike. And deflected right into his face. Seems all right. The pitch. Rodden swings and fouls one back, and that one caught the umpire.
Deflection day here.
Yeah. Brock Rodden just made his major league debut earlier this month, the product of Wichita State. Now the Mariners trainer is going to go check on Chad Fairchild behind home plate. That got him right in the mask. Rodden, who's from Oklahoma. The story goes at age 17 he was helping his grandfather tend to a bull on their family's ranch in Oklahoma, and the animal turned and basically attacked his grandfather. And Brock Rodden, who is not a big guy, they list him at 5'7", 170, ended up taking the bull down and essentially saving his grandfather, holding it down long enough his grandfather could get away to safety. The 0-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. He got him.
He was a high school kid, right?
Yeah, 17 years of age when that happened.
And his grandfather, I guess, punctured lung,
right? Broken arm.
Okay, broken arm. A few ribs. It wasn't a full-grown bull, right?
Here's Taylor Ward. He swings and fouls it back.
I mean, a bull's a bull, but I don't think it was a full-horned.
0-1 pitch. Check swing, roller, foul, first base side. While I do have the height and weight of Brock Rodden, I don't have it for the bull.
Well, his grandfather was 172, about 5'12". Yeah.
0-2 swung on and fouled back. No balls and 2 strikes. Tanner Ward, who popped out to third his first time up. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a high fly ball. Left field. Marsh fighting the sun. Backing up. He is looking for it. Backpedaling. Now finds it and makes the catch on his old teammate Taylor Ward. No runs, no hits. A walk. A man left. Headed for the 4th. It's 6-0 Phillies.
Pack your bags. It's time for a road twib. In a brand new segment, we're hitting the road. And our first stop is a big one. It's Yankee Stadium. Opened in 2009, Yankee Stadium's majestic presentation reflects the iconic look of the original stadium that once stood just across the street. Make your way over to Monument Park to see a collection of plaques and retired numbers that honor both Yankee legends and baseball greats. Over at the Yankees Museum, look back at over 100 years of team history. Time to grab a bite to eat. Maybe the classic chicken bucket or the ice cream chicken bucket. Whatever your appetite, they've got something for you. But the main event is always Yankees baseball, and there's not a bad seat in the house. Sit with the bleacher creatures in right field and join in on the famous roll call. Or take your place in the judges' chambers. Action and history are at every turn, and all fans will find something to appreciate at the home of the Bronx Bombers.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Giant Family Day will be fun on Saturday, September 5th at 6:05 when the Phils face the Braves. And kids 14 and under take home a squeeze bottle. Secure seats at Phillies.com. The RAV4 inning presented by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com to get your new 2026 RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go Phils. We go to the 4th, 6-0 Phillies. And with a play-by-play, here's Kevin Stocker.
Thanks, Scott. Brian Woo's first pitch to Brandon Marsh. He drops that in there for strike. Sweeper at 84 miles an hour. That was the 68th pitch for Woo, who is coming off a little bit of a shoulder issue. So all this pitch count, I'm sure they'll be pretty cautious with him. Brandon Marsh, he walked and scored back in the 2nd inning. And the next pitch, he hits this high in the air towards center field. Rodriguez about 10 steps back. He has a beat on it and makes the catch. Fly ball out for the first out of the inning here in the top of the 4th. 6-0, Phil's on top. Bring up JT Realmuto. JT struck out back in the 2nd inning. 5 hits so far for the Phils. No hits for the Mariners. Neither team has committed an error to this point. Woo is working out of his windup, pretty straight up in the outfield. A little pull in the infield against JT. First pitch swinging. That's a ground ball down the 3rd baseline, foul. JT had a day off yesterday. He's 1 for 3 of the first game. He struck out here. Trying to find some consistency at the plate right now is JT. He's had some really good streaks and some others that have not been so good. Woo rocks and fires. Good slider outside, swing and a miss. Count runs 0-2. Talked about Brian Woo in high school. Wasn't highly touted. He ended up going to Cal Poly. In high school, though, he didn't really even want to pitch, to believe it or not. And on their high school team was quite funny, and I'm sure a lot of you see this a lot. They needed somebody to pitch a couple games, so he just volunteered. You know, you raise your hand, you got to be careful what you do. And all of a sudden, he enjoyed pitching. He was really good at it. Really developed it in college. The 0-2 pitch, that's a ball high. And of course here he's been terrific when healthy with the Mariners. That's why I never volunteered for that when I was in high school.
Didn't want to get pigeonholed.
No, you want to catch Nope. Next pitch to JT is high. Count runs even, 2-2.
Did you ever catch Little League? Anything? Nothing?
Little League, I did it once, and I didn't have the proper gear, if you know what I mean. And once was enough. 2-2 pitch to JT. Off the end of the bat, pop up. Back goes Wilson down the third base line, and he will make the catch. 2 outs.
I don't think they're supposed to let you if you don't have the proper gear.
This was like Little League. We were just messing around, so I went out there to catch, and yeah, it didn't last long. It wasn't good. No. My brother was a catcher. Justin Crawford steps in here. He was a catcher. We played right up the street here at University of Washington together, and he was actually drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies as a catcher. Just played one summer and then became a police officer, and that was it. First pitch to Crawford here is a ball.
He's not here today at the game? I know he's here.
No, my brother Steve lives here. He's not here today.
No.
He was exhausted after bringing my parents and their friends yesterday. 1-0 count to Crawford. Here's the pitch. That ball's hit hard toward Wilson at third, who goes down on a knee and blocks it, steps up and throws across the field for the third out of the inning. Crawford hits that ball hard the other way, but can't get anything here. As finally, Brian Wu, 1-2-3 inning here as we head to the middle of the fourth.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Hatfield, good call.
While everyone is listening to the ball game on the Phillies radio network, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, is hard at work rebuilding our infrastructure. Whether it's transportation, water, or energy projects, ELEC and the Operating Engineers 825 are ready to get to work building our future.
Bottom of the fourth inning. It's the RAV fourth inning, brought to you by Toyota. First pitch by Luzardo. That's in there for a strike. Check out Toyota.com and visit your local Tri-State Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go Phils. Luzardo now 0-1. He's got a 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth against Randy Arozarena. And the first pitch is a strike. Second one runs in there at a ball. Counts 1-1. Arozarena grounded out back in the first inning. Right back to Jesus. And the next pitch, that's a check swing. They check down to first base. He didn't go. Luzardo right now is just working so fast. I mean, he's not even worried about the clock. He's getting the pitch from JT and just rocking and firing. He's working quick. Hard pull in the infield now. And next pitch, that's fouled straight back toward us here in the booth. On deck, Julio Rodriguez, who was basically robbed by Bryce Harper in his first at-bat back in the first inning. 2-2 count, and the pitch, and foul back again. Luzardo, 5 of his last 6 games, I was looking at the pitch counts. He's gone over 100 pitches. And the one game that he didn't, he was right at 98, I think it was. 2-2, that's inside off the plate. Count runs full. Here he's at 45 pitches. Been pretty efficient. He went 11 pitches in the first, 14 in the second, and 14 in the third. Here's the full count delivery, and it's hitting the air softly toward Bohm, but it runs foul. Alex going to go over there, pick it up, and give the crowd a souvenir.
You don't often see that, a first base coach running into the field of play, because Bohm is running into foul ground, and Eric Young Jr. was trying to get out of his way.
Eric Young Jr. is not a big man. If you get hit by Alec Bohm, he'll lay you out. The 3-2, and that's low. He walks him. Second walk today for Luzardo. The Mariners now have a leadoff runner on base. Julio Rodriguez will be the hitter. You know, it's interesting. Sometimes you don't think about that on pop-ups in the infield. Umpires have to think about it. When it goes up, us, the fans, everybody looks at the fly ball. You look at the pop-up. Umpires have to look immediately at the players running, or they will get run over. First pitch is a strike to Rodriguez. He's working so fast. Rosarena at first base didn't even get a chance to get his lead. Still trying to get a lead and put all of his gear on over there. And there's a quick throw to first. He gets back. Oh, 1 count. And Turner is going to play way pull now on the shortstop, so Arise will have everything at second base on any ground balls. Next pitch swinging right over the top of it, and a miss. Counts quickly 0-2. Rosarena, even though they're down by 6, he could run. He has 20 stolen bases on the year. Be pretty aggressive. 0-2 pitch, inside with a slider, a sweeper, I should say. Sweeper's been a great pitch for Luzardo this year. The whiff rate over 50%. 1-2 pitch. There's another effort down in the dirt. Didn't go. Count runs even at 2-2.
Quite remarkable how much that pitch has sort of changed his career. And they didn't really necessarily expect that at the outset. It was just kind of another offering, a little nuance, new wrinkle, but it's turned into his bread and butter.
2-2, misses off the plate. Count runs full now. 2 hitters in a row where he was able to get ahead, and both hitters worked it back to full count. 3-2, nobody out, runner on first. The pitch, swing and a miss. He blew that one right by him, and that's the one that he always has in the tank. He still can throw it up there with that good fastball in the upper 90s. It's the 5th strikeout now for Jesus Luzardo, who is now 1 strikeout away from 200 on the season. Cal Raleigh, the hitter from the right side. First pitch swinging off his foot. Strike 1. Cal struck out back in the 2nd inning. The other thing that I think has helped Luzardo this year, and this might just be a small thing, but the on-base percentage against him is under 300 for the season. If we recall, we talked a lot about when runners get on base, he was having some issues with that. And by keeping guys off, he gets into these great rhythms. 0-1 pitch, misses low. They check down to first. He didn't go.
Yeah, when he's working out of the windup and doing what he wants to do, which is really work fast. I mean, there aren't many guys who want to work faster than Luzardo does.
Pitch to Raleigh, swing and a miss.
And now his command is so much better than it was earlier in his career when working fast wasn't always the best thing for Luzardo. And sometimes now it isn't either, and I think the Phillies are always cognizant of that idea when guys are on, and if it's getting a little too quick, let's go out there and slow him down.
1-2, 1 out, and the pitch to Raleigh blew it right by him. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts back to back here, and that is the 200th strikeout for Luzardo. And if I've got my notes right, that's the 200 in consecutive seasons. He had 216 a year ago. And
Third time overall in his career he's gotten to 200. Did it his last year with, or his last full season, I should say, with Miami in 2023.
Here's Patrick Wisdom. And this ball bounces and gets by JT. So Arozarena now will just mosey on down to second base. Wow pitch. 6-0, bottom of the fourth inning. Phil's on top. Arozarena on second base with 2 outs. The hitter is Patrick Wisdom, and the next pitch, swing and a miss. Way out in front of that pitch. Count runs 1-1.
Coming into play today, he had 117 strikeouts on his sweeper. Again, of those 200.
That's amazing.
Right?
And a pick off at second's close. Rice snuck in there. Pretty good throw by Luzardo.
But again, just going back to the idea that they didn't, I don't think anybody really saw this coming with that pitch when they added it to his arsenal.
1-1. This ball's hit in the air. Fly ball toward Crawford. He's got a bead on it. Fights the sun a little bit. No problem. Leadoff hitter gets on. That's the third out. Couple of strikeouts and a lazy fly ball to center. Right now, Luzardo is in total command.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
We're at the top of the fifth inning. Brian Wu is done for the day as the Mariners are going to go to their bullpen here. It'll be Jose Ferrer. This will be the second appearance for him in this series. Left-handed pitcher, 4-2 on the year, 3.62 ERA. He's going to be facing the top of the lineup for the Phils. Kyle Schwarber, a double in the first and a home run in the second, a 3-run shot. Ferrer's first pitch, and that's in there for a strike. 6-0, Phillies on top here in the top of the fifth inning. Hard pull against Schwarber in the infield, straight up in the outfield. And next pitch, strike 2. Kyle's going to take his time out, kind of slow things down a little bit. Ferrer works exclusively, of course, out of the stretch, all the way from the first base side of the rubber. Sets right at the belt, hands tucked back a little bit, and his 0-2 pitch. That's a ground ball, not hit hard, right at the first baseman. That's Wisdom, and he flips it to Ferrer for the first out of the inning. Totally jammed him on that one. Bring up Trey Turner, a couple strikeouts today. It is such a beautiful day, and Scott mentioned we're heading on the flight. The team is down to Anaheim. If it stays like this, I think there might be a pretty good shot of seeing Mount Rainier. Mount St. Helens right down below that. Some It's a beautiful sight when it's clear here in the Northwest. First pitch to Trey, runs inside and just about got him. Ball. I was asking some of the guys about if they know anything or heard anything about Mount St. Helens, of course, the eruption in 1980. And I said, like, I asked Bryson Stott about it. Here's the 1-0, and that's a strike.
Probably never heard of it.
No. I was like, did they teach that? Did you hear about it in school? And he's like, I'm sorry, what? Mount St. Helens? I said, yeah. And it really wasn't. Didn't know much about it. The 1-1. That's a strike. Count runs 1 and 2 against Turner. Harper knew all about it, though. I asked Bryce.
Did he?
Yep, he knew about Mount St. Helens. I mean, that it's a volcano and erupted. Here's the next pitch to Trey. That's low. Yeah, it was May 18th, 1980, 8:30 in the morning. Largest landslide. When you look it up, it's called the largest landslide ever. Next pitch to Trey. That misses inside. That was 10, and it just took a few hours across the state to blanket the entire city of Spokane. 3-2 pitch, ground ball hit hard up the middle, but they're playing him a little bit pull. Turner goes about half speed down to first, and he gets thrown out by Rodden, the second baseman. 2 outs. Bring up Bryce Harper.
Trey Turner is now 0 for his last 16.
Well, at least he put that one in play. He's been starting to strike out. Had a couple of strikeouts in the first game. 1 yesterday, 2 today. First pitch to Harper. Check swing. I think he fouled it off. Or did that hit the catcher's glove?
I thought, well, they're going to say foul, I believe.
I don't think that, yeah, foul ball. Took a minute. I don't think Bryce, he's going to ask the umpire. I don't think he thought that hit his glove or his bat.
I think
it is. Okay.
Was he just saying 1-0? It's 1-0.
Okay. 1-0 pitch. Check swing again. He didn't go this time. Now there's going to be a challenge.
Catcher is challenging.
It's going to be Pareda. Going to challenge this call. And it is a strike.
Count is 1-1. Seattle has 2 remaining.
Right. Get it straight.
Well, the scoreboard, the score bug, they're all messed up.
Yeah.
And they're stopping play right now. He's trying to make sure everybody understands, because they had it as now Dan Wilson is coming out. The first pitch was a ball. It was not a foul. And Dan Wilson.
So so Dan didn't know, right? So he
they
thinks
didn't
it's
know,
2
but
strikes. Yeah,
but
okay.
I saw Chad Fairchild point to the dugout, and he said it's 1-0. I could hear him on the microphone say it's 1-0.
Yeah. So the count is 1-1 and 2 outs to Bryce Harper. Ferrer, he fires and misses low. 2-1. Harper today had a home run in the first, flew out in the second. 2 outs here. 2-1. Ball's hit the other way, not hard, but gets inside the baseline, the third base bag. That's going to get down into the corner. Rosarena, I got to be honest with you, he just kind of loafed over there, and Bryce Harper has himself a double right off the hands, but stayed inside. That's the second hit today for Bryce. Gets himself into scoring position here for Luis Arraez with 2 outs.
Boy, Harper just continues to stay on fire this month of August, and here on this road trip, 6 for 10 at the plate. He is now.
So now Arraez has a chance to drive him in. Here with 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. 6-0 Phils on top. Ferrer checks the runner in his first pitch, swinging, fouls it off. You know, we talk about Harper in the month of August. It's been good and bad. I was looking at the numbers, like the good. You just talked about a lot of the good. Of course, hitting well over 300, on-base percentage really high, OPS high. The rub, I guess, would be he only has 11 RBIs now. Next pitch to Arraez. That ball's fouled out of play.
Well, I would bet that he hasn't had the same number of opportunities.
Well, that's what I mean.
Some other guys. And I think teams are electing to take their chances with the likes of Arraez and Bohm, and Harper with the extra base power more so than the others.
0-2 count here. And the pitch fouled straight down. Got him in the foot. Yeah, I know it seems silly, right? I looked at it. I'm like, okay, he's got 11 RBI, and that includes today. But he also has scored 19 runs.
Yeah,
so
that's big.
That's big.
Yeah.
A lot of runs. That's right. And so as a guy like Bryce Harper, he recognizes that, and he's taking the walks. He's doing the runs. That's what you like in one of your leaders. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Arraez will make the pitchers work, that's for sure. Arraez, he can't get any deeper in the left-handed box than he is. Open stance, real close to the plate. Next pitch, fights it off the other way, right over Contreras' third base coach head.
And to the point, Trey Turner's hitting 209 in the month of August. Kyle Schwarber is hitting 198 in the month of August.
Ferrer rocks and fires. This ball's hit the other way, not hard. Ground ball right at short. JP comes in and throws on the run and gets Arraez by a full step and a half. JP Crawford is pretty smooth when he plays shortstop, so Luis Arraez can't drive in Harper, but we'll head to the middle of the
rolling towards the corner. Ronald picks it up. He comes up ready to throw. Here comes Lara. Tag down. He is toast. What a throw out of deep right field from Ronald Acuna.
Caglione dives, and he's got it.
A bit of applause from Noah Cameron for that effort.
At the track, leaps. He's got it. Look at this kid.
Yeah, I don't blame Mizurowski. All he's going to do is just watch it and enjoy.
Coming in. Dives, and he got there. Now the Buck Truck putting on a West Coast show here tonight.
Isbell slides. He's got it. Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command.
Alonso foot race, dives to the bag, and makes the play.
Pete Alonso's doing it all tonight. The polar bear into a plunge.
Diving stop there made by Freeman. He gets up, throws to first, and he got it. Terrific play by Cody Freeman. Over is Cruz. He is there! O'Neal Cruz cruising into right center field. Visit MankosPizza.com.
Lace 'em up. It's going down. Nemours Children's Health Kids Run the Bases is Monday, September 7th. After the Phillies-Braves game starting at 1:05, kids 14 and under can take the field. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
Bottom of the fifth inning, J.P. Crawford, who made the last out, will be leading things off here against Luzardo. The first pitch misses off the plate. That was the 61st pitch for Luzardo here in the bottom of the fifth inning. He's thrown 40 strikes. Great ratio. Next pitch misses. Count runs 2-0. Stott even with the bag at third. Always respecting the bunt. Everybody else in the infield is going to be pull. J.P. really big open stance. The 2-0, and that's a strike. J.P. Crawford's nickname, of course, is Crawdaddy. 2-1. I don't think I'd ever call him that. That pitch missed, by the way. Crawdaddy.
Even if you were his teammate?
Crawdad, maybe. Shorten it up. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball the other way. Turner has to go to the backhand side. Jump and throw, and he got him. Good stretch by Alec Bohm. And Trey Turner going to his right because he's on the pull side. Catches it, a little hop, throws in the air, and gets the speedy Crawford. 1 out.
Pretty good play there. The Mariners, though, are going to challenge. I think they think Bohm came off the bag early. Bohm was
challenging the outcall at first base.
Trying to stretch with that groin issue. And We'll see. Maybe Crawford beat it. Maybe Bohm came off the bag. It looked from here, I thought, like he left the bag early.
Could have. Yeah, he could be just off. Now, boy, that is close. Now, Bohm does this quite a bit from first base. He will stretch and catch at the same time.
I mean, the throw beat him. That's not the issue. It's whether or not his foot held the corner of the bag. And if it did, I mean, that's a case in point there of a situation that, I mean, Harper can't stretch like that. Harper doesn't have that kind of a wingspan.
Now, when Bryce, you know, when the ball was up the line, Bryce, I think, wasn't his favorite play to come anywhere near the runner, so he would gladly come off and tag. That's your other option. You can come off, catch, and try to tag the back of the runner. They're taking a long, hard look at this.
I don't see how you can go. I mean, maybe they can't.
The call in the field stands.
Yeah.
The runner's out. Seattle will lose their chance.
He's out.
And that's what I was about to say. I just don't see a clear enough disengagement from the bag to overturn that.
Well, there's a benefit right there for a 6'5" first baseman. And I'm not trying to get on Harper at all. That's just a tall first baseman they can do for you. Wes Wilson steps in from the right side.
I mean, you've talked about it many times, the difference between throwing to Fred McGriff as opposed to throwing to John Kruk. And it's nothing against Kruk. He can handle the position. He's just not as big a target.
Oh, one pitch misses in. Count evens up at 1-1. Wilson was robbed his last time up by Bryson Stott at third on a line drive. 1-1. He swings here and misses. Count runs 1-2. 1 out. Bottom of the fifth. Phil's up 6-0. Wes Wilson's going to take his timeout. Enrico Bronya was over there. He was kind of in between a McGriff. He was like 6'2". 1-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss. Swung right over the top of that pitch. Luzardo again just working quickly. Staying competitive in the zone. 2 outs. 7th strikeout today. Yeah, Bronya was right in between, but he was fantastic around the bag.
But I mean, that, and that's an unusual play. A shortstop going into the hole, going to his right, and he has to make a jump throw. It's a bit of a prayer anyways.
Johnny Pereda, first pitch swinging, he misses.
So it allows the shortstop to have the confidence. All right, I can let it go, kind of get it in the area, and see if my guy can stretch and get it.
0-1, misses in. That was the other thing we tried to. Always taught little leaguers. If you're out there teaching your kids, you always taught to throw to the chest. I think I've talked about this before. 1-1 pitch. This ball's hit hard. That's a base hit into left field over Turner's head. Johnny Pereda, who walked us last time, has a 2-out base hit here. Bring up Brock Rodden. Yeah, you teach them how to throw to the chest. As you get older and your arm gets stronger, start teaching those kids to throw to the kneecaps at first base. Then your first baseman can stretch. You gain a half a step on the runner. 2 outs. Pereda on first base, not a runner. First pitch to Rodden, that's in there for a strike. The bull wrestler Rodden struck out back in the third. Pretty straight up all around the infield. Luzardo's pitch, that misses low. Taylor Ward stands on deck for the Mariners. The pitch, ground ball right at Luis Arraez. 2 hops, he fields it and throws him out at first base. Again, nice job by Luzardo. Does allow 1 base hit, but gets right out of it. Led to the top of the 6th, moving on.
Ball right field as Brady Montgomery with the catch. How about this throw to third? Yeah, buddy! Braden Montgomery, no chance for Tyrone Taylor trying to tag and advance.
I'm sure they have a scouting report, and that scouting report probably says that Braden Montgomery has one of the best right field arms in baseball.
Reynolds backing up on this ball and misplays it.
Well, I don't know what happened to Reynolds there. He badly misjudged that ball. He moved back.
That's outstanding. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, Garrett. That's a lot of work.
And Adames lost the bat and nearly took out Luis Ariza in the on-deck circle in so doing.
That's great. The umpire comes in, no catch, no catch. Camaro's like, sure I did. See? That's great. 22-year-old having fun.
MVP. Brewing America's lager for nearly 200 years.
Stop by Joe Santucci's Bar and Grill at 4050 Woodhaven Road in Philadelphia for $3 Yingling Lager drafts and $3.50 Yingling flight cans during every Phillies game. Joe Santucci's Bar and Grill, 4050 Woodhaven Road in Philadelphia.
Houston, we have a good one. The Phils take on the Astros on Tuesday, September 8th and Wednesday, September 9th, both at 6:40, and Thursday, September 10th at 1:05. Grab tickets now at Phillies.com.
Well, be first in line to secure a 2027 season ticket plan by placing a deposit today. Season tickets include many benefits, such as price savings versus single-game tickets and the same great seat location for each game. Plan holders also enjoy access to exclusive events and receive a discount at the New Era Phillies team store. Reserve yours today at Phillies.com/season deposits.
Starting the 6th inning, it's 6-0 Phillies, and the Mariners will go to right-hander Eduard Bazardo. And his first pitch to Alec Bohm is in for a called strike. Third pitcher of the game used by the Mariners. 30-year-old right-hander. Turns 31 next week. Bazardo sets up third base side of the rubber. And the pitch. Bohm takes. That's a breaking ball in for a strike. He's 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts is Bohm. Fourth year in Seattle for Bazardo. The pitch. Swung on, hit foul, out of play, first base side. And he has sort of quietly become a pretty dependable part of their bullpen. Last year was heavily used, 73 games, had an ERA right around 2.5. The 0-2, and Bohm takes. That one's a little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Bohm hits one back up the middle. There's a base hit. Got himself a breaking ball there, and he shoots it back through the box for a leadoff single. Phillies will see 2 lefties over the weekend. All 3 right-handed starters here in Seattle, but the Angels will throw a couple of lefties at the Phillies. Reed Detmers will start the series Friday night for the Angels opposite Andrew Painter. Here's Stott, and there is a strike called. First pitch fastball at 96 from Bazardo. And the lefty Yusei Kikuchi will start on Sunday. Oh, 1 the count, and the pitch. That's inside. Detmers has been really good in the second half by and large. Now he only is 4-8, but a 3.62 ERA overall. Obviously an Angels club that's had another long year.
Yeah. They made some changes in that coaching staff recently.
Here's the 1-1. Stott swings and misses.
More specifically to the pitching staff. The pitching coach Mike Maddox, the assistant pitching coach, and a bullpen coach gone. Since then, which was August 10th, 11th, been pitching really well. I don't know if there was an attitude adjustment or who knows, but.
Stott today, 1 out of 2. Doubled and scored in the second. That's the big inning for the Phillies. A 4-run second inning. Made it 6-0. The pitch. Swung on, line to center. That's a base hit over the leap of Crawford. And Stott with his second hit of the game. Stopping at second is Bohm. And to a board for Brandon Marsh with nobody out. Phillies will go with Painter, Sanchez, and Wheeler. Those 3 starts. Zach Wheeler's been kind of digging in the last couple of days, trying to come up with some solutions for Sunday and moving forward. Here's Marsh and the pitch. He takes a breaking ball. That's a strike. Marsh 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. He's also flied out to center. Pizzardo, the 0-1, and that fastball misses down and in. Doesn't sound like they have found anything resembling pitch tipping of any kind. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch, and it's swung on, hit in the air down the left field line. It's slicing, and it'll go into the seats.
What you think, like, in regards to the pitch tipping? I guess you might be more inclined to look at that if he was in the zone, right? He's been so wild. Like we talked about it a lot.
I think it was probably of everything has gone so wrong. Let's just look at everything.
Okay.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Breaking ball got him. I think that's in the category of just due diligence, right? You look at everything and rule some things out.
Yeah. I just don't. What I'm hoping is that somebody doesn't. Again, I'm not coaching, but I don't want him to be like, oh, we found something when maybe there isn't something, and now Zach's got something else to worry about. Starts changing how he's holding the glove or how he does his windup. Or
here's JT, and he with a late swing and a miss at a sinker. I think the focus has been on some slight mechanics that they're trying to work on, and Zach was out of the bullpen working on it again today. But 0-1. Swinging a ground ball to third, should be 2. Wilson to second, on to first. It's high, and JT legs it out as Wisdom had to leap up to catch it and tried to come down on the tag, but JT hustling and is aboard at first base. Down to third goes Bohm. No error charged on the play. So 2 gone, and here comes Justin Crawford. Well, the headlines will go to the homers by Harper and Schwarber, no doubt, but one of the best at-bats of the day was right before the Schwarber home run, the RBI single from Crawford. And he takes this pitch, a breaking ball in, and it looks like Pareto would like to challenge him. And I think it was inside. We'll see. It was.
Has 1 remaining.
With Justin, every game I always have to track his infield hits amount because he has a ton of them. He has 26 of them. I know it seems silly. It's just something that I do.
Here's the 1-0, and that's down low.
So he has 26. I'm like, who has the most in one season? And it's the guy he was talking to, Ichiro. 57 infield hits in 2004.
2-0, and it's swinging a ground ball to the right side. Rodden to his left, gloves it, flips it to first, and it's a scoreless 6th inning with a little trouble along the way for Edward Bizzardo. Sides retired. 2 men.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say. Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Do you mind clearing up what in the world a guy with 1 career big league hit is doing with a baseball card that looks like this?
Yeah, every player
in the mid to late 80s wanted to dupe a photographer, right? The entire rest of the season, I was wondering what my card would look like next year if I was able to sneak it through. And I open it up and I see one with me with the eye black and the batting gloves.
And you
I was like, yeah, I duped him.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
To the game at SEPTA.org.
Doors are closing.
Phillies go gold for Nemours Children's Health Childhood Cancer Awareness Day on Sunday, September 6th at 1:10 when the Phils play the Braves and kids 14 and under receive a rope hat. Get tickets now at Phillies.com.
Your Citizen stats leader, the White Sox rookie center fielder who played for the Savannah Bananas, believe it or not, homered yesterday for a 4th straight game versus the Rangers. Now, the franchise record for the White Sox is 5. That's held by his teammate. There's a few guys. One of them is his teammate, Murakami. He set that this year, and there were 6 others. One of them, of course, the great Greg Lazinski in 1983. Citizens, the official bank of the Phillies.
Top of the order for the Mariners. Jesus Luzardo back to work. First pitch to Taylor Ward is in for a strike. Luzardo 5 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 7 punch-outs, and no runs. That's the big one. As the Phillies lead it 6-0. The 0-1 pitch, that's inside. Ward 0 for 2 today. Mariners, of course, have already won this series. They've now won 3 of the last 4 series they've played. The pitch is a strike called, and they've won back-to-back series against 2 clubs that currently hold playoff positioning in the National League. Trying to chase down the Rangers and the Astros in the West. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive up the middle. Arise with a great backhand down on a knee. Gets up and spins and throws him out. What a play by Luis Arise. And we've seen one now from Stott, one from Turner, and one from Arise on the infield today.
Wow, what a great play. Backhand side, totally kind of a blind pick. You're just picking a spot. He throws it, and you threw it so hard he fell over.
Here is Arozarena, and he takes the first pitch inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Great plays on the infield. And of course one in the outfield as well. Here's a comeback, or a half-hearted swing by Arozarena. It's fielded by Luzardo. He'll run halfway and toss to first. 2 down. Harper with a leaping catch at the top of the wall in the first inning to take one away from Julio Rodriguez, who's coming up now. The windup and the pitch, and that is in there for a strike. The Mariners 2.5 back in their division. Windup, the 0-1, and that's in there for a strike. The wild card remains a pathway as well for the Mariners. They're currently, though, 6th, but it's a pretty jumbled race. It changes almost hourly in the American League who might be on top. But the Guardians in a little bit of a stretch here. They won 6 in a row going into their game today. The pitch up high, so they now hold the 3rd wild card. Boston and New York are so far up in front. It's really just a bunch of teams battling for that 3rd spot. Here's the windup and the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball to short. Routine play. Turner scoops it, fires it over, and it's in time. There's a 1-2-3 inning for Luzardo here in the 6th. And we'll move on to the 7th in Seattle. It's a 6-0 Phillies lead.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
At PGW, delivering clean, reliable natural gas to Philadelphia homes and businesses safely is our top priority. If you smell gas, call 215-235-1212. PGW, fueling the future.
Top of the 7th inning, your PGW game summary. The Phils are up 6-0. They get all their runs in the first 2 innings. Now Kyle Schwarber has a 3-run shot today. Harper's got a 2-run shot. Justin Crawford out of the 9-hole has an RBI single as well. Luzardo's just been terrific all game long. He's only given up 1 hit, and that was in the 5th. Other than that, he's been in complete control. Right now, Philly has 8 hits. Seattle only 1 hit to this point in the top of the 7th, as they are up by 6 runs. PGW fueling the future.
Top of the order for the Phillies, new pitcher for the Mariners, 31-year-old lefty Gabe Spire, who pitched on Monday through a scoreless inning. And he faces Kyle Schwarber, who leads off, takes a strike. Schwarber, Turner, and Harper do up. Kyle Schwarber with his 40th home run of the season back in the 2nd inning. First man to 40 this year in the majors. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. Kyle Schwarber now becomes the 29th player in Major League history to have 4 or more 40-homer seasons. Pretty select company. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Check swing, strike called. One and 2. Spire kicks and deals. The pitch swung on and missed. He struck him out. Lefty's hitting just 161 against the left-hander Gabe Spire.
Well, your Independence Blue Cross player spotlight, sweet swinging Dante Nori playing with the Reading Phils yesterday. 2 for 4, home run, 2 RBI, 2 runs and a stolen base. It's nice to have him back. He's now healthy. Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IBX.com.
Here's Trey Turner, 0 for 3 today, and now 0 for his last 16. The pitch, swing and a ground ball to short, make it 0 for 17. As Crawford's got it, we'll throw him out. And a hitless series in Seattle for Trey Turner. 0 for 12 with 5 strikeouts. That'll bring up Bryce Harper. Extended his on base streak, I should say, to 29 games with a home run his first time up. It was a 2-run shot, gave the Phillies a 2-0 lead. And the pitch swung on, hit well, left field. Going back is Arozarena. He's got room. He'll make the catch. And Harper a hard out for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Gabe Spire. It's stretch time now.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought I was an athlete, Lindsey. Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector.
And this is not all he's done, right?
He started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. He finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes.
We sent over Jesse Owens, and we sent over Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar.
Chicken and waffles, a cozy combination. Chick-fil-A's got chicken and waffles. Sweet and savory together in a brand new way. Whoa.
Introducing Chick-fil-A's new chicken and waffles. Crispy chicken between 2 maple-flavored waffles with bacon and honey butter spread served with syrup. Available all day long.
Chicken and waffles. Right now at Chick-fil-A.
Order chicken and waffles all day at Chick-fil-A. Menu switches from breakfast to lunch at 10:30 a.m.
In the air, left field, it's deep, it is gone! Labor Day weekend at Citizens Bank Park is the place to be when the Phils host the Braves on Friday, September 4th through Monday, September 7th. Order tickets now at Phillies.com. Cal Raleigh leading off, takes high for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 7th. Raleigh, Wisdom, and Crawford do up. It's 6-0 Phillies. Jesus Luzardo is permitted just 1 base hit today. And the pitch to Raleigh. Swung on, fouled off. Let's pause for station identification here on the Phillies Radio Network. One pitch to Raleigh, a big swing, no contact, 1-2 the count. Raleigh is 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts against Luzardo. Raleigh, of course, switch hitter, bats from the right side against the lefty. The 1-2 on the way, and it's up high. Luzardo with a very manageable pitch count at 88 pitches thus far. Here's the windup in the 2-2. And that one just missed inside. No real reason to push him necessarily, but I figured they'd like to get him through a full clean 7th. Here's the windup and the 3-2 pitch. Taken for a called 3rd strike. Raleigh asks for an ABS challenge. And Raleigh drops the bat to the side, takes off his shin guard like he's going to head to first. And he might as well take a right-hand turn and head to the dugout. That is a strike.
He was so certain that it was, and I'm like, dude, good for you. You should know better.
So the Mariners have exhausted their replay review challenge and both of their ABS challenges. And Luzardo's got 8 strikeouts on the afternoon. Here's Patrick Wisdom, who's 0 for 2. The pitch. He swings and lifts it high in the air to left. Marsh drifting back onto the warning track, has room, makes the catch. There's out number 2.
Well, your Chick-fil-A nugget of the game on this day in 2008. After spotting the Mets an early 7-0 lead, the Phillies come back for an 8-7 win in 13 innings. That was at Citizens Bank Park. Chris Coast enters the game as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning. He just happened to go 4 for 4, including the game-winning single.
2 down now, 6-0 Phillies. Here's J.P. Crawford, also 0 for 2 today. The pitch he takes, and it's a little bit high for ball 1. Cal Raleigh, by the way, now 0 for 6 lifetime against Luzardo with 5 punch-outs. There's the windup in the 1-0. And it's swung on and fouled back. And if folks want to get Cal Raleigh out, I guess maybe there's a blueprint to be found there for some other teams to follow. He's suddenly gotten hot, but Luzardo shuts him down today. The 1-1. And it's sliced foul down the third base line. That'll land untouched up along the side wall.
Let me ask you something about that. Like when you say he's suddenly gotten hot, do you think of it as the same for a switch hitter? So all of those home runs were from the left side.
That's a good point.
Like maybe from the right side. That's the game plan, right? Get him to the right side.
Here's the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Oh, and that one is a little bit high. 2-2 now. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. And Luzardo kicks and comes home, with the pitch is taken down and away. Phillies, looks like Tim Meza up on the bullpen mound there. 97 pitches for Luzardo. Here's the windup and the payoff. And that's down and away, ball 4. And that will be the 3rd walk of the game issued by Jesus. And it will bring up Weston Wilson. Of course, with an off day tomorrow and no juggling of the rotation, the Phillies will have an extra off day to give Luzardo before his next start. But he's had a heavy workload here lately. The pitch. Wilson, a swing and a miss. Weston Wilson. The pitch, and he takes inside. Played in so many minor league seasons without ever getting a call up. Across 7 years, had close to 3,000 minor league plate appearances. Pitch is down and away. And of course, then on the first at bat, 3rd pitch, he homered to left. Two and 1, the pitch. Swing and a miss. And by the end of the night, not a whole lot of talk about Weston Wilson in his first big league homer, because Michael Lorenzen threw a no-hitter that night for the Phillies.
What are the odds of that?
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Luzardo with a pitch. Taken down low. Jesus, who's been dominant on the road, has been so again today. Trying to finish it off. 3-2, the payoff pitch. It's a called 3rd strike over the outside part of the plate. Wilson wants to challenge. They're out, and it was a strike anyway. 9th K of the day for Jesus Luzardo. What a performance again by the left-hander on the road.
Gosman 7 shutout innings, and the Cubs with the lead.
Well, you love those numbers. 7 innings, 3 hits, scoreless. He struck out 6, walked only 1, 94 pitches.
Tie game in the 9th. The pitch is
Ripped into right field. Tony Seagulls puts the Red Sox ahead with an RBI triple. Oh, Kevin McGonigal, don't do it to him. Comes up, makes a brilliant diving play and a good strong throw. Look at this play.
Nimmo back to the wall, reaches up, and he got it!
Brandon Nimmo takes a 2-run home run away from Andrew Benintendi. It's a 3-homer game. Cal Raleigh, a monster night. The big dumper is back.
At nopaycarrier.com. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Giant Family Day will be fun on Saturday, September 5th at 6:05 when the Phils face the Braves. And kids 14 and under take home a squeeze bottle. Secure seats at Phillies.com.
Well, it's time to hunt. Secure your chance to score an authentic Phillies squishy dumpling with a Squishy Dumplings bundle available on September 23rd, 25th, and 26th. Will you find the white, red, blue, or the rare Philly Fanatic Squishy Dumpling? Join the fun and purchase a theme night ticket today at Phillies.com/theme nights.
To the top of the 8th we go. Luis Arraez will start it against the new pitcher for the Mariners. It's Carlos Vargas, and the righty's first pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. Arraez, Bohm, and Stott due up. 6-0. Phillies lead it. The pitch, and Arraez fouls it off. 0-2 quickly.
You know, I had lunch with a gentleman, this was last year, who just happened to be the last person, can you believe this? Last person verified to leave the Kingdome before it blew up and dropped, when they blew it up.
The 0-2 pitch on the way. Fouled out of play. I'm glad he got out.
Yeah. Well, so was he. He was part of a camera crew. They were doing a documentary on the company that's blowing it up, and as they went in to do a last check, so he was the guy that followed the camera to make sure they didn't leave anything. So as everybody left,
0-2 pitch is up high.
They made sure they checked it all, everything was hot, was ready to roll. So they walked out. He was the last guy behind everybody, like any batteries, anything dropped, and they walked out, doors shut or whatever, and then poof, they blew it up. Paul Allen pushed a button, and there you go.
1-2 pitch, fouled away. And is this somebody you know, or what?
He was I don't know him personally. My wife does. He's a camera crew, and long story. I won't get into that, but it's good lunch. It's kind of a fun little thing. He said, yeah, he was standing there and next to Paul Allen. They push the button, they hear everything go, and then 10 seconds later,
next pitch is fouled off.
They were right next to one of those shipping containers.
Yeah.
And they all went in the shipping container. There's the Kingdome. Boom, 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 boom. They go in, and they came back out, and then it was just a pile of rubble.
Wow.
Yeah. No, that was pretty cool. So put that on a business card. Hey, my name's Bob, last guy out of the Kingdome.
The 1-2 pitch, and it's swung on, hit in the air to left. Arozarena fighting the sun, going back towards the corner. He'll make the catch, one away. I don't know if that sells. I don't know if you can, have lunch with Bob sort of thing.
Yeah, right. Could have a little Kingdome thing with him waving, yeah.
Here's Alec Bohm, and Vargas delivers to Bohm. It's fouled away on the first base side. Alec 1 for 3 today. The pitch fouled away, first base side. I never saw a baseball game in the Kingdome. I went to the Kingdome for the Final Four. I was there for that, and that was strange.
Yeah, it was, for its time, it was fine.
0-2, and check swing, and did he go? Yes, says Bill Miller at first, and Bohm is down on strikes.
One of the things about, obviously it was a dome, so it was tough to see. The other thing is behind home plate, the wall behind home plate to the fans was like 10 feet tall. The fans were really high up above. That was really bizarre. Not the most attractive thing as a player or a fan.
The pitch to Bryson Stott is in there for a called strike. Oh, and 1 the count. Stott 2 hits today, including a double, a run scored. The pitch, and he swings and fouls this one out of play.
Were you impressed when you were watching the basketball game in the Kingdome?
Well, it's just weird because, it was sort of like curtained off. They didn't have the whole, it wasn't the whole arena. The place was just too big. 0-2, and it's down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, and it's fouled away again.
Of course, thank goodness they had the Kingdome back in 1980 when Mount St. Helens blew, because the Mariners flew back in from Chicago and played the next day, no problem. Yeah.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Vargas delivers, and it's outside. 2-2 the count. Oh, there's so many memories, like all those Kingdom memories, like Griffey scoring all the way from first on the playoffs. He was a swinging a liner towards center. That's going to fall for a base hit, and Stott with his 3rd hit of the day. Last time ever on a mound for Nolan Ryan. Larry Anderson trying to blow a ball foul.
That was so spectacular,
wasn't it? I mean, those are all some of the memories. I kind of, walking out here in their Hall of Fame club, I keep looking for the photos of that. But
that was in the Kingdom. They got blown up. Boom.
Here's Brandon Marsh. And it's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. I was actually talking with Don Mattingly about that 95 playoff series. The Yankees and the Mariners, the only playoff series that Mattingly ever appeared in. There's a swing and a foul ball out of play. He had really good numbers in that series. Mariners came back to win it, winning the final 3 games and won it on a walk-off by Edgar Martinez. 0-2 to Marsh. Here's the pitch. Way inside, goes all the way to the backstop. Stott will trot down to second. So what's going through your mind right there? He said, to be honest with you, the thing that nobody else knew that he already knew at the time was that he was going to retire.
Oh, how about that?
And he's standing there and knows there's nothing he can do at that point to affect the outcome, and it's coming to an end.
So his last game he played was in the Kingdom.
That's right.
Of all places.
1-2. Breaking ball. Got him looking on the outside corner, and Marsh says, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and challenge it. Thought it might have been outside. We'll see what ABS says. And it was a strike. It just caught the outside edge. And so Marsh goes down on strikes for the final out of the inning. No runs on a hit, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 6-0 Phillies.
Encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Why is that person holding a Keith Hernandez card in their hand during the game? Are they waiting for you?
I never cared for that particular pose right there, to be honest with you. I mean, where do you sign on that card?
Right on your best feature. Keith on one side and Hernandez on the other.
I can only sign it on the Bohunkas, though.
Oh, that's a lovely signature.
Right across the boat. Look at that. It's like a tattoo.
In Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
Well, don't miss the fun after the final out. Fans 55 and over are invited to participate in Independence Blue Cross Senior Stroll to Bases after the Phils host the Astros on Thursday, September 10th at 1:05 p.m. Visit Phillies.com to secure seats today.
New pitcher for the Phillies as Jesus Luzardo is done for the day. 7 innings of 1-hit shutout baseball. He was just brilliant today. Once again steps up in a big way when the Phillies need him. And it'll be Tim Meza to pitch the bottom of the 8th here with a 6-0 lead. And his first pitch to Johnny Pareda, the catcher, is in for a strike. The pitch and a swing and a miss. Padres 2, Pirates nothing. Bottom of the 7th inning completed in San Diego. Diamondbacks won today. Swing and a miss. They shut out the Cubs 2-0. Tim Meza makes quick work of Pareda there. A strikeout for out number 1. That'll bring up Brock Rodden. Braves at home tonight hosting the Dodgers. That gets underway at about an hour from now. Phillies 4.5 back of Atlanta. 2 games up on the Padres. They'll stay at least that if this score holds, as the pitch is in there for a called strike. And they were 3 up on Arizona to start the day. Arizona, the first team on the outside looking in, the 0-1. And that is up and in. And of course, the Phillies will be in Phoenix beginning on Monday night to wrap up this road trip. Big 3-game set. That's going to be huge. Here's the 1-1. Down low. Two balls and a strike to Brock Rodden, and he takes down and in, and Tim Meza looked a little funny walking off the third base side of the mound there.
Well, I think he thought it was a strike. No?
Perhaps. 3-1. And that's tapped off the end of the bat. Foul. And the count is now full at 3-2. Phillies may very well use Joan Duran today, even with this big lead. 3-2 pitch on the way, and it's fouled away. He hasn't pitched in 4 days. Today would be 5. Tomorrow, the off day, would be 6. And they don't generally like, he doesn't generally like to wait that long. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, right field. Back and towards the corner goes Harper. He's there. He's got it. And Bryce Harper, who quickly this week has all of a sudden looked like he never left right field. He looks pretty good out there.
Yeah. When I talked to him yesterday, too, we were talking about his throwing, because he had made a nice play first game here, throwing somebody out at second. He said, you know, for me, it's getting better. It's kind of like spring training, ramping up with the long toss and throwing. And I said, well, it was such a short-armed throw. It looked great.
Here's Taylor Ward, and he swings at the first pitch, fouls it off.
I said, are you more of a long? He goes, no, I go back to my catching days. Kind of when I caught, I would snap up by the ear is my first, that quick release. And that makes perfect sense. But, yeah, he's ramping it up.
0-1. And it's fouled back. Out of town scores are brought to you by Oliver Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. 55 years of family-owned service you can trust. Two outs, nobody on. And Meza, the 0-2 pitch, bounces in there. Meza, the 1-2. And that's way inside to Ward. Ward hitless today. He's 0 for 4. Hit one sharply his last time up, but a great backhand pickup on a tough hop by Arise. 2-2 the count. And the pitch. Swung on, line to center, straight away. Going back is Crawford. Still going back. He'll square up and make the catch just shy of the track. And there's a 1-2-3 inning for Tim Meza. We are headed to the 9th inning today in Seattle. All Phillies leading it 6.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
It's a Lourdes Gurriel dog.
That's a nice touch.
Pena power.
The perils of wearing earrings when you've got netting on the field.
That young fan, not a Newt Bar fan. What a present for Mom.
Oh my goodness, look at this guy.
Uso, yeah, Jay Uso, yeah.
And them just shot putting it. Not block when there's nobody on base.
There's a little debate for Domo and Kim watching the replay together.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Houston, we have a good one. The Phils take on the Astros on Tuesday, September 8th and Wednesday, September 9th, both at 6:40, and Thursday, September 10th at 1:05. Grab tickets now at Phillies.com.
Well, the ultimate goal of an MLB fan, sing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 Sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. MLB.com/journey to 30 sweeps.
Vargas with his first pitch here in the 9th inning. It's up and in to JT Realmuto. 6-0. Phillies lead it. JT today 0 for 3, and Vargas misses up high. Vargas back out for his second inning of work. 6 runs, 9 hits for the Phillies. No runs on only 1 hit for the Mariners, and they're going to see Joan Duran in the 9th. He's starting to get loose, as we just talked about. The pitch swung on and fouled off, and off of the home plate umpire, and Johnny Pareda went jumping up and grabbed him around the waist to try to help him stand up, and Bill Miller's coming down to check on his crewmate. Chad Fairchild was kind of waving him off, but square in the mask, that foul ball. And the Mariner trainer out for the second time to check on Fairchild, and he's going to need a minute. Phillies headed to Anaheim next, and temperature is going to touch into the 90s there Friday and Saturday.
What are you saying?
Well, it's a little warm for that neck of the woods.
Oh, it is.
But you can cool off with a Gulf breeze at the St. Pete Clearwater beaches. Go to visit spc.com to plan your trip today.
Okay.
Well, Fairchild back behind the dish, says he's ready to go. What is that plane?
I don't know.
There's a plane with the stripes all the way around. Flying overhead. 2-1 pitch. Line hard to left. There's a base hit for Realmuto. And he'll stop at first base. A leadoff single to begin the 9th.
Well, this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Philadelphia Phillies. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Phillies.
The air traffic comes right over the sort of the right field side of the ballpark, and we get a good look at the planes going into SeaTac, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. And this one all the way down the center of the, is that the fuselage as the pitch to Crawford is in for a strike. They have bands of gray. It's a white plane, but bands of gray stripes. It's like Conair.
Oh, now easy.
The 0-1. And a swing and a bouncer up the first base line. Vargas fields, flips it, and it's there in time. As Wisdom covers, it'll move the runner into scoring position at second.
Now, Boeing Field, there's a couple of Boeing Fields,
right,
is just between us and SeaTac. And I can't quite remember how this works, but there's another one up north. So one of them puts them together, another one paints them. So a lot of times you'll see these blank slates.
And they fly from one to the other?
Yeah, they get made, and then they fly to the other place and paint it and fly it back. It's only 10 miles.
Here's Kyle Schwarber, and the pitch is up high. Schwarber, big 3-run home run in the second inning, broke it wide open, made it 6-0, and that's where we stand here in the ninth. The 1-0, it's outside.
Should have got my binoculars out. I might have been able to
see what that was.
Read it, yeah.
The pitch, swing and a foul tip. Schwarber up to 81 runs batted in now on the season with that 3-run blast. And as we said earlier, 40 home runs for the 4th time in his career. The pitch, check swing, strike called. Count is 2-2. Vargas steps off. 1 out here in the inning. Turner waits on deck. Time called now is Schwarber, and Chad Fairchild telling Vargas to make eye contact with Schwarber. Schwarber just outside the top 10 in baseball in runs batted in now. The 2-2, and that's a called third strike inside corner. No argument from Schwarber. 2 down. And before this game gets away from us, I just want to take a minute to recognize Rick Riz, the longtime radio voice of the Mariners. Pitch swung on. Turner fouls it away. 41 years at the microphone for the Mariners. He's retiring at the end of this season. Wants to spend more time with the grandkids, and well-earned retirement. Rick Riz. Pitch is down low. He's going into the Mariners Hall of Fame next season. One ball and 1 strike, and the pitch. Grounded foul, third base side. I was talking to Rick the other day, and he was telling me the story of one of his first trips ever to Philadelphia, which of course didn't come until the late 90s once interleague play started. And he just happened to run into Harry and just couldn't stop listening to Harry talk. It didn't matter what he was talking about, just wanted to hear his voice. There's a swing and a high fly, center field, pretty deep. Rodriguez back. He'll make the catch on the warning track in front of the 401 sign, and Trey Turner still searching for that first hit on the trip.
Fly ball in foul territory. Mike Felder was there, but could not hold on to the ball. Like he had it.
There's the ball there, and then that ball comes out of somebody's glove in the stands.
See, he thought the ball at his feet
was the ball in play.
Was the ball in play? He did, and he slapped his own glove, thinking he had missed the catch when in essence he had it.
That is weird. That is a very weird play, and I don't ever want to see it again.
It's hot out here in the desert, so let's head into the air conditioning as we continue on our Road Twib series in Arizona. Welcome to Chase Field, home of the Arizona Diamondbacks since 1998. One of the first things you'll notice walking into the ballpark is the incredible retractable roof, keeping out the Phoenix heat and rain. Walk through the concourse and you'll be sure to bump into team history at every turn. On your way to your seats, don't forget to pick up a delicious churro dog. Speaking of seats, Chase Field has some incredible places to watch the game from. Of course, you can watch the game from the upper deck and have a bird's eye view. But if you want to feel like you're in the game, you can sit right next to the dugout or hang out in the outfield with Corbin Carroll. And maybe the most unique attraction at Chase Field is the swimming pool in right center. You and 34 of your closest friends can swim, splash, and cheer on the D-backs from your own little oasis. See what all the fuss is about at Chase Field.
Phillies. Be good at MLB seats with SeatGeek.
Phillies go gold for Nemours Children's Health Childhood Cancer Awareness Day on Sunday, September 6th at 1:10 when the Phils play the Braves and kids 14 and under receive a rope hat. Get tickets now at Phillies.com.
To the bottom of the ninth we go, and Yohan Duran will take over for the Phillies, trying to complete a shutout. Phillies with a 6-0 lead here over the Mariners. They'll get 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the M's. Randy Arozarena will start it off. Trey Turner, by the way, right at 100-mile-an-hour exit velocity on that 400-foot fly ball to center. Probably the best hit ball he's had all week. Pitch is up and in. However, with an 0 for 5 today, he's 0 for his last 18 headed to Anaheim. And that's, I would imagine, tough to sit on with an off day.
I don't know. He might need one.
1-0 pitch is down low.
Just to get away.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to come right back, and it's going to be the same situation,
sure,
but a little bit easier on the mind, give him a little bit of a break.
2 balls and no strikes. Duran with a 2-0 pitch, down and away. Just talking about Rick Riz, the retiring broadcaster for the Mariners. Once upon a time, before he got to the big leagues, he was doing games in Columbus, AAA Columbus, and they had a young first baseman by the name of Don Mattingly on that team. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. So Riz was able to connect with Donnie baseball this week. 3 balls and a strike, and Duran with a pitch. Swung on, popped up, foul, out of play. And you did some digging on our striped airplane.
Condor.
It's not Con Air. It's not. There weren't jailhouse stripes.
So no Nicolas Cage or anything.
No. Okay.
Condor Airlines, a German airline. Yep.
3-2. Ground ball left side. That's going to squeak through for a base hit. And Duran gives up the single to lead things off to Arozarena. That is the second hit of the day for the Mariners. I've never heard of Condor Airlines.
Do you fly to Germany very often?
Very, very little. Here is Julio Rodriguez. Rodriguez 0 for 3 today. And the first pitch, breaking ball, that's in for a strike. Rodriguez with the Mariners down 2-0 in the first, hit a long fly ball to right field. Harper made a leaping catch at the top of the wall. Rodriguez thought maybe he had gotten his 21st homer. 0-1 pitch and a ground ball foul, third base side, but Harper made the grab. That ended the inning. The Phillies scored 4 the next half inning, and Luzardo did the rest. The pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. Boy, that was nasty.
By the way, there's more to the stripes than you and I are just talking about. Condor
stripes on the plane? Yeah. What do you got?
Stripes on a plane. There's 6 colors that it could have been. Each one represents something else. I'm thinking we either saw yellow or we saw beige. What would you say?
The pitch on the way is swung on and missed. The stripes,
yeah, so
to me, it looked like white and maybe beige. I don't know. They kind of look like an off gray,
right?
Like a gray.
They have yellow, blue, green, red, beige, or pink. That's how they paint their stripes on the plane. I think it was like a beige.
0-1 pitch. Breaking ball and a check swing by Raleigh. Did not go around. Cal Raleigh 0 for 3 with 3 strikeout today against Luzardo.
The beige represents sand and relaxation.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's popped up foul, out of play.
Maybe they fly to St. Pete, Clearwater.
For the cool beaches of St. Pete, Clearwater. Maybe. One and two. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And from 4 homers to 4 punch-outs. What a difference a day can make for Cal Raleigh. 2 down in the 9th.
Well, that ball was up at his shoulders, and he's going after that pitch. Yeah, I can hit that off of Duran. No way.
2 down. Phillies not holding the runner at first, leading 6-0. The batter is Patrick Wisdom in a first pitch swing and a miss. Phillies already the major league leaders in shutouts thrown this season. Today would be the 16th. The Tigers are second on that list. They have 14 shutouts thus far. Duran with the 0-1. Runner goes. Pitches a breaking ball down and away. And it's 1-1. So a bid to break up the shutout in play here with the Rosarena at second. One ball, 1 strike. The righty's pitch. That's a little bit high. Wisdom 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, fly ball to center, and a fly ball to left. Two and 1 the count. And the pitch by Duran. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2. Friday night at 9:38 Eastern Time. Phillies and the Angels. Andrew Painter against Reed Detmers. $33,000+ here today. A bunch of Phillies fans behind that third base dugout making some noise. Duran is ready. And a 2-2 on the way. Swing and a fly ball left field straight away. Marsh backs up 2 steps, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. And the Phillies salvage the finale here in Seattle with a 6-0 shutout. Their major league best 16th shutout of the season. Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper with big homers, and Jesus Luzardo, another masterpiece on the mound for the left-hander. A 6-0 final.
Yeah, Luzardo has just been a really good stopper. You talked about that prior to the game when these guys are struggling. This one guy they can count on, and he's been doing such a terrific job as loading up the zone, keeping the pitch count down. They really needed him today. The offense came early and often today for the Phils, but it was big offense, and some of it from the top of the lineup. Certainly, that is good to see.
6-0 the final. The Phillies win this one. Next up, it's on to Anaheim. We'll take a timeout, get to the totals and a recap right after this.
Joe Giglio for Pella. When it comes to new windows and doors, the product matters, but installation makes the difference. With Pella Windows and Doors, every installation is handled by a Pella expert installer with precise measurements and expert craftsmanship that helps protect your home from drafts, leaks, and the elements for better energy efficiency. Right now, enjoy $250 off windows and $700 off doors, or 36 months, 0% APR. Call 877-98-PELLA to schedule your free in-home consultation or at PellaPhilly.com.
Hey Philly, did you know natural gas is the most reliable and efficient way to heat our homes, cook our food, and dry our clothes affordably? And with PGW, the benefits of natural gas keep on coming. PGW has programs and offers that can make life easier no matter where in Philly you live. From spreading your bill evenly across the year to boosting your home's energy efficiency with rebates, and from year-round payment assistance programs to servicing appliances, PGW's got you covered.